is the only way to fly. For United Airlines pilot Denny Flanagan, the passenger always comes first. He invites kids into the cockpit, takes pictures of pets, and when his flights are delayed, get this, the snacks are on him. We'll meet this first-class captain in a moment.
Not that much fun to fly right now, and those of us who travel a lot have seen a lot of things go wrong. That includes CBS News transportation correspondent Nancy Cordes, who is live at New York's LaGuardia Airport. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Harry. It has not been a fun summer to fly unless you have had the good fortune to land on this pilot's flight. If you did, you definitely remember it. It was the one that took friendly skies to a whole new altitude.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those folks going to LaGuardia Airport today,
it's typically a bad sign when the pilot gets on the PA at the gate. But Denny Flanagan is just out to make a joke.
And this is actually my third flight. Just today.
That's only one hint.
I knew he was kidding.
That this is no ordinary captain.
I've heard stories about you buying 200 hamburgers from McDonald's when your flight is delayed.
Yes.
For the customers.
Yes. And that's just taking care of the customer.
During his pre-flight checks, he's been known to snap photos of the pets in the cargo hold to reassure nervous owners on board. Once everyone is strapped in,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain. We're going to do something a little bit special today. I've got some giveaways.
the real fun begins.
And so we're going to have a little raffle. What I'm going to ask is that you grab a piece of paper or napkin.
This veteran United pilot is on a mission to inject some humanity into an experience that, let's face it, these days can seem pretty dehumanizing.
Hi, thanks for flying with us.
His good deeds have made him a legend on travel chat boards.
I want to read to you some things that people have written about you online.
Okay.
One person wrote, about an hour before landing, he came on the PA and told folks to look at the back of the 757 spec cards he had handed out. If your card had his signature, you won a free bottle of wine.
Yes, I've been doing that for a few years. It's just a little bit to create a little bit of fun atmosphere on the airplane. And school hasn't started for you either?
No.
Okay, here's your last reading assignment.
On his flights, unaccompanied minors always get a window seat, and their parents back home always get a phone call from this father of five.
He said that this is the captain calling. And
Kenneth Klein was shocked to get a call from the runway when his son's flight was held up by bad weather.
It was certainly reassuring that a captain would call me and tell me that everything's all right and everything's going to be taken care of.
And get a load of this. He actually writes personalized thank you notes on the backs of his business card to everyone who's in first class and who's a frequent flyer. This is Miss Corrigan in 6A.
Captains and comments, please.
On our flight from Chicago to LaGuardia, the contest was to write down your most memorable flying experience, good or bad. And look at this. Almost everyone played along.
Our first winner is seat 9A. And the winners of these comments will be receiving a bottle of our fine wine.
You know, you're doing all this stuff. When do you have time to fly the plane?
It takes seconds. You know, walking down the concourse and you see some young kids standing there, stopping to them, talking to them, give them some trading cards. That takes seconds. It's called working from the heart. You know, that's just working from the heart.
And Captain Flanagan says he takes all these comments and he posts them on bulletin boards around the United system so that the people who work at United can hear about the good and bad experiences that their passengers have been having. Captain Flanagan is 56. He lives with his wife and 5 kids in Cleveland. And Harry, I asked him what he would be doing if he wasn't flying, and you probably won't be surprised to hear he said he'd probably be a full-time dad.
What an impressive guy. But here's the question. Who pays for all those burgers and all those bottles of wine?
Well, he pays for it, but then he gets reimbursed from United, and that could start to be a little bit of a problem because some other pilots are catching on and doing the same thing, and, you know, that could really add up.
It's a small price to pay for a little customer loyalty. How about that? Nancy Cordes, thanks so much. Good to see you.